I refuse to pay off my mortgage. You know, some people are like, well, Kris, are you ever gonna pay it off? Like, you've got the money, you put $1 million down on this house. That was the minimum that I could in this particular situation. The reality is, I don't want to have my debt paid off. We live in a society that thinks that it's all about having no debt and that debt is bad. But the reality is, when you're in investments, when you're in real estate, when you're a business owner, you realize that some debts are really, really good. So in today's video, I want to actually share with you the 3 reasons why I refuse to pay off my mortgage. And the best way that I can probably demonstrate that is by actually showing you one of my favorite vehicles that I've ever owned.
Scary. It's about to be legendary.
This right here is, it's an i8. It's the brand new one. It's a 2-seater. It has a top down. My poor car has "Wash Me" written all over it because it's been snowing. You can check this out. It's really beautiful out here right now. Yeah, but with all the snow coming down, it's been totally dirtied up. But this car is a $180,000 car, right? I don't even know if it's in the supercar category or not. It's my second one I've ever owned. I love the way that it feels. It's either all electric where I can kick on the turbo engine in the back. And because it's all made of carbon fiber, like, check this out. The entire frame is carbon fiber. You can see it all right through here. And because of that, the battery sits super, super low. That means that I can go 120 miles an hour around like canyon curves. And the person next to me always gonna be wetting themselves, like thinking they're gonna die, but this car's just not gonna flip and it's not gonna lose traction. It's an amazing beast. But for $180,000, I could have this car paid off, and instead I choose to have a $2,700 a month payment. Why would I do that? Well, so here's the reality. $2,700 a month is like $32,500 a year, right? And I take that $180,000, I put into real estate earning 25%, and I'm earning $45,000 a year. So what's bigger, $45,000 a year or $32,000? Well, one of them is $12,500, $13,000 more a year. By the way, if you made a decision that made you $12,000 a year better off, wouldn't you make it? Well, unfortunately, society is really like in this certain like way of thinking that is all about, how do I keep my stuff paid off? How do I get out of debt? Like it's a bad thing. And consumer debt, for the most part, you should actually do your best to stay out of. But take this house, for example. This is a multi-million-dollar house. You know, it's weird with banks. Like, the more complicated your financial situation or the more money you make or the more assets you have, like the less non-ideal you actually look to the bank. And so I had to put about $1 million down to get this house. And when am I gonna pay it off? Probably never. But there is a mathematical equation that I use to know when you should actually pay off your house. And I'm actually gonna show you that. So here's the 3 things I'm concerned with. The first one is I'm concerned with opportunity cost, which you need to know this word. It's an economics term that basically says, what are you missing out on with the choice you're making? When you're like, I gotta pay off my debt. Yes, at what expense? Like, what are you missing out on? Yes, I totally agree, get out of consumer debt, but if you have it, you have it. When I go into real estate, for example, and I'm making 25, 28, 30% a year on my money, I've always got to ask, this debt cost me 7%, but I'm earning 25%. And that's a delta of 18% difference. Like, the asset growth is way more important than having no assets just so that I can avoid a 7% debt. Does that make sense? Opportunity cost is, what are you missing out on with the choices that you're making? Number 2, we are so obsessed with ownership, but what we should be really possessed with is control. How do I control assets? How do I access assets versus have to own, right? And the third thing is, in the beginning, you know how hard it is to come by money. So you want your money earning interest. Like, these are the things that you need to financially allow your mind to really be thinking about. What am I missing out on that's a better financial decision? And you're always thinking about assets versus liabilities, higher returns versus lower returns. Number 2 is, how can I control something or access something without owning it? And the third one is, how do I get as much of my money earning interest as possible? Most of our financial plans, you know what they are? Eliminate the debt, stockpile a little bit of money, and the reality is we'll never save enough money for retirement. So we're busy trying to pay stuff off like a mortgage when we can't afford to. You put all your money at it, and then what happens when your house is paid off? Well, you get some peace of mind, you sleep good, and you think, well, if I lose my job, at least I'll always have my house. Well, dude, when you get to retirement or when you can't work, you can't eat your bricks. Like, you need money to still live. And so I want to do this math for you. And I want to answer the question, when should you actually pay something off? The time to pay things off is when you have a residual or a passive income which is greater than your expenses. So right now, my residual income is significantly greater than my expenses, so I could now just pay everything off. I still can't bring myself to do it because it just feels stupid. I mean, the reality is what I'm doing is working. French economist J.B. Shea in the 1800s said that creating wealth is just a function of replacing low yields with higher yields. It's just that simple. This is the language of ROI. This is what we're talking about. This whole thing, this house is really beautiful. I love this home. It's beautiful to live in. Dude, if you can, check out the window here. Like, the snow is coming down. It's just gorgeous. It's a winter wonderland here. I love it for this time of the year. And yet, if I tie up all of my money in this, then that money can't be sitting in investments earning a superior return. So in most cases, I'm able to produce earnings in excess of 25 or 30% a year, and I can usually borrow money at 4, 5, or 6% a year. That difference is why I become wealthy. And if you don't have access to investments producing that, I'm going to change that for you right now. In the link below, get a copy of my track record on my last 4,000 deals. In it, I'll actually show you how you can access the best deals in the country that are producing 25, 30%. And instead of wasting years or decades trying to get things paid down, you should take those years and decades actually creating assets that far outweigh the debt. This document will show you exactly how to do it. It's really impressive. It shows you all of my wealth building techniques, and all you got to do is cover the shipping, and I'll put it in the mail and get it sent out right to you. Other than that, if you want to know what I do in the game of real estate that earns me those returns, click the next link. It'll show you how I became financially free at the age of 26 and hopefully how you can beat me at it.